Dunemarchers, ladies and gentlemen. They got an update. Did they leave me rock hard? Or did they just leave me limp? I tell you what did give me quite a rager though. This triple down right here. Woo!
2-for-1. Triple down.
What's up, folks? This is Everybody's Live, and today we're going to be going over a PvE and PvP review of the new and updated Dunemarcher exotic boots for the Titan. Let's see what's up under the hood. Actually, we're not going to see what's up under the hood because nothing under the hood has really changed. So I'll just read you Bungie's patch notes. Reduce the time to activate linear actuators while you're sprinting to 1.5 seconds, down from 5 seconds. Alright, pretty good, pretty nifty. Increase the damage of the chain lightning effect, plus 70% in PvP and plus 44% in PvE. Now we're talking. As I mentioned before, this will be a PvP and a PvP review. So, first up, the PvP scientific mumbo jumbo takes 1.5 seconds to actually activate linear actuators. So you have to sprint at least 1.5 seconds before it will activate. Once you stop sprinting, linear actuators will stay on you for 6 to 6.5 seconds roughly. Once you melee a target, that linear actuator perk stays on that person's body for 2 seconds. If there is anyone in the immediate range of the target, an electrical shock will damage them. Like I said before, it stays on the person's body for 2 seconds. So if an extra target is not within range, and then they come within range within that 2 seconds, they will be hit as well. The range on the electrical shock is roughly 12 meters. I tried it from 13. It didn't seem to proc, but at 12, it did shock the target. I also want to mention that these boots make you pretty fast. I tested against a hunter, and I tested different mobilities, or the hunter had different mobilities rather. I stayed at 1 mobility. That was about as low as I could get because the Dunemarchers have 1 mobility on them. So that is as low as I could go. I tested it on the Leviathan on that big runway. The hunter I was running with, he had 6 mobility. We all had the same weapons, so it was all fair. He had 6 mobility, and we were pretty much dead even. So that's like a +5 mobility from wearing these boots because I was at 1 mobility, he was at 6. He went to 7 mobility, and he outran me by a little bit. I'm talking about like 3 feet. So you're pretty damn fast with these boots on. Also, I forgot to mention, the actual damage done by the electrical charge, if it hits another Guardian, is 85. So, review and PvP. These bad boys kind of left me a little bit limp. Yeah, just a little bit limp. The good things is they make you really fast, and you can tell a difference. When you're running around, you're jumping around the Titan, and you're kind of like skating, double tapping the jump button to move forward. It feels fast. You feel nimble. You feel kind of like a hunter almost, and when you're really quick. And granted, I'm running this with like 1 mobility. I was running this on 1 mobility in PvP, so I can imagine if you upped your mobility, you would just feel insanely fast. And even me, like, I always play on like a 0 mobility in PvE, and it felt really fast to me with just 1 mobility and these boots on. The actual linear actuators perk, I mean, what's good is you can always proc it. Like it's always going to be active because in PvP you're constantly running around. There's not really going to be many times where you're just sitting still not running unless you're shooting, and the perk lasts so long that it's always going to be up if you do manage to land a melee. The problem with it is, for it to be effective, there's got to be a lot of enemies like close by, and that's kind of the downfall, is if there's more than 2 people within 12 meters of each other, you're probably not going to survive it unless both of those people are weak. Well, the update came out today, so I tried to come home and I tried to play a couple PvP matches. I played probably like 7, 8 PvP matches with the Marchers on here, and I probably only had 3 or 4 kills with the actual linear actuator perk the entire time I was using it. Now, I hit other people, but 85 damage is kind of low, which I understand that because you can't bump it up too high or it's going to be broken and overpowered. But 85 damage to me is just not enough to warrant using this thing in PvP. Now, if you're one of those people that just loves the extra speed, then by all means, yeah, these things are great. If you just want the speed out of it, yeah, because I definitely felt fast, and it felt good to glide around and push people. But I felt like I was trying to like get the perk to proc more, so I was kind of being a little bit reckless. I was running there trying to punch people and seeing if I could get kills with it, and even trying to get kills with it, I really wasn't able to, just because people got to be close, and like I said before, you're probably going to die if all those people are close together. So that's kind of my take on it for PvP. PvP aside, how does it perform in PvE? Well, again, I was left a little bit limp for PvE. I was really hoping this thing would really shine in PvE with a 440% damage, but as you can see here in this clip, I'm going to show you in the inverted spire strike. Now, this is with Void Singe, so I don't know if that makes like a huge difference because this is Arc and not Void. But I punched a group of goblins here, and they're red bar enemies. I mean, I was hoping that 440% increase in damage would have, wiped them all out. But, it didn't kill them. And I was pretty disappointed by that, because if I had had Syntheseps on, I could have just went down the line and just punched them all out, like whack-a-mole, So that's the kind of thing that I look for in an exotic armor piece, especially one that's melee focused. When I punch something, whatever that is, it needs to die, like right then. And the Syntheseps give you that capability, whereas these don't really. It's probably better for like small ads, because when I went into the public events and whatnot, or just the free roam patrol areas, red bars were dying, and it does chain to several enemies, 3 or 4 enemies, I think, or maybe even more. It's kind of hard to tell because you're up in something's face and everything. The electricity goes out, but in PvE, it just wasn't doing it for me. You're putting yourself in danger for very little payoff. Whereas with the Syntheseps, I feel more comfortable putting myself in danger because I know that when I punch something, it's going to die right away. Whereas with these, I'm going to punch something, it's going to shock all the other somethings around the target, and it's going to stagger them for a bit, and then they're all going to keep shooting at me instead of me getting to punch one enemy and then punch the next and knock them all down in a line. That's kind of my overall thoughts on the Dunemarchers. I'm definitely going to stay with the Syntheseps for PvE, and I'll probably stay with feedback fences. I heard they got a buff too, but I haven't had a chance to test those. But they were already good before any kind of buffs, so I'm sure they're even better now. Thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe and like the channel. We're going to do some more reviews of different exotic armor pieces and weapon catalysts. Alright, appreciate it, and I'm out.